Hey kids, I'm Matt,
Hey, boys and girls, I'm Tyler.
and you're listening to another episode of Until We Agree.
Hit it, Hitch.
No, no, no,
No,
no,
stop!
no,
Keep my wife's name out.
Stop!
no,
Stop him!
no, no,
Stop him!
no.
Stop him! No, please.
You know what it is now, boys and girls of the podcast world. Matt and Tyler on the mics. They're gonna stay here until they agree. They're gonna stay here until they agree. Oh, thank you for listening. This show's called Until We Agree. Oh, thank you for listening.
Don't you guys just love bits?
Yeah, I know I do.
Okay.
Thanks, Hutch, for really bringing us in that time.
Man, so Hutch hates bathroom stories and probably hates the Hitch bit at this point, too.
Yeah, I can't imagine him and Will Smith are on great terms right now. But that's okay. We're back with another episode of Until We Agree with Matt and Tyler. I'm Matt, joined as always with Tyler. Tyler, how you doing?
I'm okay. I'm a little sore. This TikTok actually didn't end up going out, but yesterday, well, first, let's back up. I was dog sitting this weekend. Still am, if you will. And
Recording on a
so
Saturday, which is unheard of.
yeah. We got plans, so we're recording a little early, and so yeah. By the time you hear this, I'm probably gonna be fine. But
Maybe.
I did step on a nail walking the dog because I was wearing slides, same ones I work out in,
Mm-hmm.
and tragedy struck. I don't know. It like perfectly hit. It didn't go through my slide, but it perfectly hit my heel on the back, where I guess it was just off the slide and stuck right into my heel, which really did
Oh.
not feel good. And so I said ow, and then I lifted up my foot, and there was a nail sticking out of my heel.
Why did you say ow? Who was around?
Oh, because if a tree falls in a forest,
Why are you performing for nobody?
That's true. The dog was there, so I had
Yeah,
to
but he's not going to
convey
give you
the
the
fact that I was in
attention.
pain.
Okay, that's true. They sympathize.
No, I guess that's on me. But anyways, I picked the nail out of my heel, and I was scared at first because I was like, I don't know how big this nail's about to be. Like when I pull it out, like I didn't know how deep it was, so I was like, what if it's like really long and like
It wasn't.
I just couldn't tell.
It wasn't coming up to the top though, which is good.
No, that's good. And so when I did finally just go boop and get it out, it wasn't too big and it wasn't that deep. It really doesn't hurt that bad. It's just a little sore when you step on it. But then I did immediately go and get a tetanus shot because I don't think I've ever had one.
Oh, you did do the tetanus shot.
Yeah.
That's smart.
I went to urgent care and walked right in. It was like the quickest doctor's visit I've ever had. Like I walked in, they asked me my pain level from 0 to 10. I said 1. And then
You're so brave.
And then she gave me the tetanus shot, and I said, I do a little bit every time I get a shot. I go, ah. So, yeah.
Does that come across as a bit to the person though? Because that's just probably a normal reaction for most people.
No. It actually did start burning in my shoulder a good bit, which she said was normal.
Sure.
Now my shoulder and my heel are just a bit sore. So who cares? It's not going to stop us.
Hey, I love that last week you talked about how free you are to not get injured in your feet wearing these slides, and then immediately within the week.
Okay, but I wasn't at the gym. I'm injury free at the gym. Everybody knows
Yeah,
that.
but there was a certain
The
level of
problem is,
cockiness.
I was out in the parking lot because what, am I going to put my tennis shoes on to walk the dog? Now I am. I'm terrified
Sure.
of nails just out in the wild
Yeah.
for some reason.
No, I don't blame you at all for that. No, that is tough, and I was honestly under the impression that you were just gonna wing it and hope that you don't get tetanus. So I'm actually pretty proud of you for
I
going
thought
through
about
with
it. Is that I did think about it, but I was scared of tetanus, so I decided I would just get the shot because I was weighing the two things. Like I'm not afraid of shots in any way, so it's either go get the shot or maybe get tetanus, and I didn't even want to think about it anymore, so I just went and got the shot.
Yeah, I know you don't like thinking, so that makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
That's no, that is. I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully the little boo boo gets better though. I think you're gonna power
Thank
through.
you.
Something else that happened this week: Kenya, new country unlocked. That's back-to-back weeks with the new country, which is huge for us.
Well,
and may I
to
say,
be clear, Kenya's been a country for quite a while.
sure,
But in our demographics, it is new.
Sure. Yeah, so that's a great point. Kenya existed before until we agree, but now they coexist together because we have listeners in Kenya, and that's our first ever listener in Africa. So reaching new territories, which is always exciting. If you have friends in other countries, again, send this their way. They don't have to listen for long, just a few seconds, just so we can get the analytic. That's all we really care about. That would be great. So shout out to the Rat Pack, going global, if you will. Can I tell you something?
Yeah, I mean,
oh,
one step closer. Please do though. I know you got a lot to say, just based on how often you talk, but
what is that supposed to mean?
no, you know what that means.
Yeah, I
you know what that means. You've been yapping, man.
I know.
Actually, I stepped on the nail right after we got off of Matt hung up on me, and I started walking without looking where I was going because I was so sad.
If anything, I should have made you more aware because you probably would have been more tuned into our FaceTime than anything else. And I didn't hang up on you per se. I had to hang up because I was pulling into a parking garage, which I notoriously lose service and internet.
Right.
So I didn't have a choice.
I've never stepped on a nail while on a FaceTime. I am now 1 for 1, stepping on a nail right after hanging up a FaceTime. So
you've hung up. Okay,
do the math.
1 for 1's not correct though because you've hung up FaceTimes hundreds, if not thousands, of times before. So you're 1 for like a couple thousand, I would guess.
But in that exact spot. FaceTime you, I'm 1 for 1.
Okay, you know what? That's a good point. That's fair. But
okay,
if I may yap a little bit longer before we get into the debate of the day, I have a little story.
I think you mean if you must, but yes, go ahead.
Can I go?
Yeah,
okay.
You can go.
So
please do. No, I know. And listen, listen, I'm gonna be listening.
Okay,
so
yeah.
Go ahead.
I can tell you're gonna be. Okay, so last night I was at dinner. Anything to add so far?
Nope.
Okay.
I hardly know her. I guess.
Okay, good one. Thanks. So I was at dinner, and this restaurant, tough to explain the vibe of it, but let's just say if you're like two 18-year-old like dudes who just started going to college for the first time and like are becoming like newfound friends in a new city, it's not a restaurant you would go to with just like you and your boy. It's not like
it's like a little romantic.
It's closer to romantic than it is to like fast casual. It's like It's like a restaurant, but it's kind of like it's like an artsy little like Nashville restaurant, So it's like you don't have to wear like a suit, but like so that's kind of the vibe. It's like a high end middle tier restaurant, if that makes sense.
Sure.
So
yeah,
just the two of them, and we were sitting on the back patio area. Fairly romantic, honestly. There's flowers around and everything. Tablecloth on the table, and these two guys come in, and it's like it's a small building, because that's just how restaurants work in downtown Nashville. Small building, so they gotta use a lot of space. So the tables are pretty close to each other, and these guys sit at the table right next to us, just the two of them, and they're just like getting to know each other, just like as boys. I think they both started going to one of the maybe like a Vanderbilt, a Lipscomb, a Belmont in the city. So here's what happened. I clocked that as like kind of strange, but I let it slide because maybe they didn't know any better. But this is like probably not the vibe that I would go for if I was in their position.
Yeah, you do something like that at a Zaxby's.
Yeah, like a Zaxby's or just anything that you can like order in front of, like you walk somewhere to order is kind of where my thought would be as an 18-year-old. And also this place was pretty expensive. So they're like freshmen in college, and this is a high-end meal for someone at that like economic level.
Stature.
Yeah, because like you gotta work your way up to that in my opinion. But they were there, and the first thing that really struck me as odd is they ordered caviar as like their appetizer. And one of them didn't.
These are high class 18.
Yeah, I know.
I've never even had caviar.
I know. One of them didn't even know what it was, but the other one did. But the one who didn't know what caviar was, when it came back to order drinks, they had water, and they go, "Do you want anything other than water?" And the one guy is like, "No, I'm good." And the other guy, and the guy who doesn't know what caviar is, goes, "Yeah, can I just get some milk?" And
well, hold on.
and the waiter is younger too. I can imagine he's more than like older than like 22. Like, I think he's probably
He was probably taken aback.
Yeah, I'm sure he was, because he goes milk. And his friend's kind of sitting there, doesn't say anything, and he goes yeah, milk. And then the waiter, I've never seen a waiter do this before. He turns to the other guy and goes, do you want milk too? Which is like, if I was the guy who ordered milk, I would be so like hurt in that position. Like, so that would be such a humbling thing for the waiter to find your order to be so ridiculous that he turns to your friend and become like, gets on a human level with your friend and goes, what's this guy on about? You want some milk too, little buddy? You want to go take it straight out of the cow's teat? And so I thought that was just really interesting. And I guess the conversation I wanted to have with you is, like, when can you stop ordering milk at a restaurant? And this is like
Bro, I don't know if I ever started ordering milk.
Right.
The only
I didn't
places
either.
you're okay to like order milk, I feel like, is like a breakfast place and you want chocolate milk.
Sure.
And even that's like, I've done that before, but I don't know.
Yeah. And may I again mention, he then paired it with caviar, because he tried the caviar.
Yeah, no, that's what I was gonna say right off the bat. Is that's a wild pairing. Like, people talk about like wine and beef pairings. Imagine fish eggs and milk.
Yeah. Well, it's actually, I think you're thinking of something else. This is actually just octopus. A caviar is just octopus.
Huh?
I think you're
Caviar's
thinking of
fish eggs.
No, I think you're thinking of the other one.
I think you're thinking of the other one.
No, because I saw it come out and it was octopus. The eggs is what's the what it's that other one.
Caviar is a delicacy made of the salt cured roe of sturgeon.
What? Calamari.
It's
They had
a roe-
calamari. Yes, caviar is what.
So they did not.
They ordered
so
calamari.
They did not have caviar.
They ordered calamari.
Okay, so I was correct in assuming that caviar is fish
Yes,
eggs.
you're correct on that. I just meant to say calamari this whole time, which is again is like kind of like a high end
Still,
item to order.
seafood. I would go out on the table and say seafood and milk is not okay in any pairing,
Right.
That I can think of.
And so the reason I asked when can you stop ordering milk at a restaurant is because when the milk came out, it came out in a children's cup.
Well, yeah.
So
I don't think anybody's ever ordered milk at a restaurant like that's not. Breakfast restaurants are the only places
Sure.
I would think they would have like milk readily available.
and I would allow I have no problem with ordering milk at a breakfast restaurant, but this was at 6:30 p.m. at a kind of like a hipster indie restaurant in Nashville.
And you're having calamari.
You're having calamari, and it's like also Italian food that's coming on behind that. So I just found that whole dynamic of what they had going on really interesting, from the choice of restaurant through everything they did up until we left. But yeah, I would say maybe if you're leaning towards getting milk at a restaurant and you're an adult, maybe just suck it up and take the water for now. Especially if you're like you're trying to like make it in this world and like learn how like to live as an adult. It's time to start making adult decisions like getting water, or an adult drink like lemonade. I don't.
When was the last time you had milk?
Outside of cereal, like just like are you talking about like a glass of milk?
Like a glass of milk, because I know milk's in a ton of stuff, so not like
Yeah.
that, but yeah, a glass of milk that you poured and you drank it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's been a while. I would say the last milk I had just in like a drink form would be chocolate milk, which I think is its own beast, and it's also it's also something you're not getting at. I'm not getting this at a restaurant like this. I'm getting it at like a gas station, you know. But that was probably
I've had chocolate milk recently. I'm sure.
Yeah, that was probably in the last 3 years I've had chocolate milk. I can't imagine I've had.
I'm talking about milk.
Yeah, I can't imagine I've had a glass of milk in the last 5 years. But
I would say 5 to 10 for me. I can't even remember. I was never a big milk drinker, but I can't even imagine like a glass of white milk in my hand.
Yeah, I know. I can't either. So weird moment there. But why don't we transition into something that we're super excited about, that we haven't got to revisit in the last couple of weeks.
Let's do it.
So, for those of you who don't know who may be new to the Rat Pack, in July we had a married couple on who had a pretty serious debate that they needed our wisdom,
guidance,
ability,
help,
mediation,
know-how.
Yeah. So they've been fighting. We were worried about the health of the relationship overall. I think annulment had just gone off the table, so it would have been a pretty messy divorce if they couldn't overcome kind of these differences. So they came to us. You can go back and listen to the episode. Scroll back up. I have timestamped the moment if you want to hear the debate that those two had on the show. At 9 minutes of the episode that is titled Marriage Counseling, it was in July, so a few episodes ago. Go to the 9-minute mark and you can hear their whole debate, so you can get caught up. Then come back here to this moment. I don't know when that moment's going to be. We have some editing to do, so I don't know exactly where that's going to be. But somewhere between 10 and
wait, I know exactly when it's going to be.
17 minutes. Okay.
It's going to be right at the
15:32.
You're gonna edit in after you figure it out. You'll edit in your voice saying.
Okay, I'm gonna actually be editing
timestamp.
this in the airport, so I don't know if I'll be able to put that in.
You can ask for a voice memo from me, and I'll say the timestamp. You just tell me what the timestamp is.
Sounds good. Okay. We'll see if I do that or not. If you heard just blank sound there, that just means I got a little tired. Okay, so we're back. They sent an update, and we're gonna play that update. Zach and Katie, on what to do with their drying rack that is exposed in their laundry room that also doubles as their drink fridge that they send guests to. And there was kind of a debate on should their exposed drying clothes be visible to everyone as they send them into the drink room. So that's where we left it. And now we're going to play that clip here.
Okay, we're back with the long-awaited laundry room update. So where we last left you, Matt was correct in that he's had the correct take. He was right.
No.
And we were dealing with the ugly drying rack, and I would leave clothes on it for too long. And then one clarification note, the drink fridge in the laundry room is the drink fridge. Like, everyone has a drink. Well, not everyone, but we all know what a drink fridge is. It's where you keep like your sparkling water and your soda and your beer. Matt, the reason you did not go to it is because you only drink water. So it's not our fault if we don't keep you waters in there. The water's in the fridge.
Also, it's a duplicate of the drinks we have upstairs.
Yes, we do prep the upstairs fridge. However, our couch is next to the laundry room, and so the drink fridge is a lot more convenient for when you're sitting on the couch. And guests will often go in there because we are good hosts. Also, we have guests over like at least once a week, so I don't know if you guys are just not social, but that bi-weekly thing, no. We have it like at least once a week, usually closer to twice a week.
Okay.
Okay, so the drying rack. We did come to a solution, and Zach will explain the solution, because I will say that it really pains us to say this, but Noah was actually kind of like the most right. I mean, he was still like very wrong, but he was more right than the two of you. So anyway, now I will let Zach explain what we did.
All right, so first off, Matt, we're not friends anymore. Tyler, send me your number. We'll be buds. But what we did was I built a table that would fit in between the HVAC unit and the wall, and the lid opens up and stays open, and two drying rack units things pull out underneath the tabletop so that she can hang her clothes there, and then you can close the tabletop, and now you have a tabletop to fold clothes, whatever. The clothes are drying underneath the tabletop, and it also gives us storage underneath the table. The table's on wheels, so it can roll forwards, backwards, in and out of the room if needed. We have a place to put our drinks for the drink fridge underneath the table and stuff like that. So it's worked out pretty well. We're about 3 weeks into the table being used and no complaints. And yeah, so thank you guys for your wisdom and good and bad takes.
Jeez. I'll be honest. Kind of mean.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah, I mean,
what we did to them. It was an issue that they were working through, and suddenly they're unified against us.
Yeah, it sounds like, if anything, we led them to a solution, and now they're like reprimanding us for doing our job.
Right.
Because without us, it sounds like a solution wouldn't have been made,
It
But
would have been a lot of just
we
talking
were
back
we were
and forth.
both somehow wrong,
Yeah.
and Noah was right. Which,
Well-
I don't know if you guys go and listen to what Noah said and what they said they did. Noah wasn't right at all.
Yeah, and I think maybe we edit out the part where they said Noah was right just for quality's sake for him.
Yep.
But yeah, no, I think the only part that like was agreed with was that Noah said to hide the clothes in like a giant contraption. But he also said to do that in their room, and kind of missed the whole point of the laundry room being like a place that people go to. So,
Yep. And real quick, I want to add, because you sent me a video that you got
Right.
of this room, and I think we can say to the people, it's much bigger than you're thinking
it's
in your head.
huge. And they
This is a massive space.
They spent a lot of time in the first video or the first clip from July talking about how it is a super small area, how there's one machine that takes up a quarter of the room itself, and then the
Not a
rest of
chance.
the rest of the room is just super jam packed, and there's no room for anything. This room is
Yeah.
huge. There is so much open space, and I know that they built this new contraption, which if we won't.
It looks great.
We're not going to post it. Yeah, the contraption is definitely the answer, and we are so stoked on them for getting to that point, which they wouldn't have gotten to without us. They would have thought about it continually until like they just stopped talking about it, you know. But something actually happened because of Until We Agree in the Rat Pack. But what I'm trying to say is that contraption that Zach built is huge, and that's not a bad thing at all. I think it's perfect for exactly what they need it to be.
It wouldn't fit in my apartment. That's what I'll say.
It wouldn't fit in my. It is huge. It is so big. This room is giant, and it felt like there could have been a resolution reached before us, just because they treated it like there was nothing like that they could do about it. There was places to put stuff in that room, no question asked.
Yeah, they act like the laundry room was the size of a telephone booth. They were like going in
Yeah.
there, and you had to stand in place to turn around and touch both walls. Like, no, this room's huge.
Mhm.
They found a solution. That's great, but then they attacked us.
Yeah.
And
Why did I get in trouble for drinking water? Like, what are we? What?
and that's another. Yeah, water's healthy for one.
Sure.
For two, I will die on this hill. No one has a drink fridge.
Okay, that's the hill you're gonna die on.
Not no one literally, but like
Okay,
you.
what do you mean? Then?
You might have a garage fridge, but you don't have a mini fridge where you keep drinks to send people to go get.
Okay,
Fetch me my drink.
we had to fetch your own drink. I think that's the whole point.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Because they didn't
But
want they didn't
no,
want
I'm
they didn't want their
serious.
visitors.
I'm
to see.
I'm serious though.
Okay.
Because there's a normal fridge for drinks,
Okay.
right?
What are you talking about for them?
For everyone.
Well, there's a normal. Everyone has a fridge.
Yeah, and put drinks in there.
Yeah, but sometimes you don't have enough space for that. I'm personally fine with the drink fridge being there. And if you knew the layout of the house, which they touched on a little bit, the living room is on a different floor than the kitchen. And so it kind of does make sense that when they're hosting people, they're mostly going to be on the living room floor. And so it is I think it is valuable to have that there. Where I took an issue was saying that Noah first of all was right. When they started the video out saying Matt was totally right. We all know Matt was right. And then by the end of it, they go, Noah was the most right. Noah's never the most right, first of all. I forgot what I was saying. What was I saying?
I don't know. You were just talking about how.
No, oh yeah,
you were given like a speech about how who was right, and
Yeah.
you just kept saying this person's right and this person's right.
Yeah, oh yeah. So
Nobody said I was right
because you weren't.
which-
You weren't.
Because here's what we're doing with this contraption, and this is great. This contraption looks awesome and it works well.
Yeah.
Props to be able to build something like this. It's really cool.
Sure.
But it's just going to extend the problem because now there's one extra step to get that drying stuff into the closet. My whole solution was going to streamline the process. This just adds another step of having to open it up, and you're probably going to forget about it. Things are going to mold and rust and do all kinds of crazy things under that table.
Well, there is airflow. There's a way for air to flow through. But
I doubt it.
Remind us what your solution was.
Mine was just to keep it in their room near the closet. That way things could dry, and then you put them in the closet. Because from the original clip, the issue was the issue wasn't really that the drying rack was in there. The issue was that it would just hang there for weeks on end.
Yeah, and that was the issue that I think we've all decided was a major issue that needs to be addressed. And
Now they just do that, but it has like a tabletop on top.
But I think there is. I don't know for sure, but I would hope that after the podcast came out that there was a discussion on maybe just like, let's be real for a second. We shouldn't leave clothes on this for 2 to 4 weeks.
Doubt it.
I would hope that's been taken care of offline by them.
I have clothes on my closet floor from like a week and a half ago that I haven't hung up yet. So now I'm there with them, but I'm just not sending it into podcasts saying, what do I do about it? I know what to do about it. I just haven't done it yet.
Right, but that was not the issue that they had though. That was an issue.
I'm talking about my issues now. Yeah. I'm talking about my issues now. Yeah, and that's okay.
Yeah, put them on blast.
This is half my podcast.
Put them on blast for a second, because they were really mean to us. Be mean to them for a second.
I don't really have anything mean to say. I think it's really cool that he was able to build that. I wish he would build something for me that puts all my clothes in my closet.
Well, Zach, it sounds like he wants to be your friend, and me and him are kind of done.
Yeah, we are friends. Yeah.
Name Zach, tell me one thing about Zach.
A hater turned motivator turned to a friend now. He did not like my positions early on, from what I've heard.
I don't know if he still does. I think it's still still a touchy subject that he has to live with you taking his side at all in this one. But all that being said, what I heard at the very end was a thank you. And you know what? You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So glad we were able to help. It sounds like things are going a lot better for them, and I hope that continues. No matter how mean they were to us, we're going to take the higher ground here and just wish them the best. So thanks for that. If you're having,
what we do to our rats.
Yeah. If you want to be a rat, follow us on Instagram at Until We Agree. And if you're having relationship issues, marital problems, reach out to us and we're happy to help. So we'll always do that for you. Speaking of milk, by the way, our debate for the day is Desert Island. What 3 items are you bringing with you?
Easy.
Okay.
Something sharp, a blade of some sort. Now, I'm not talking about like, sharp like your pocket knife. I'm talking about real sharp. This is pretty sharp for this scenario, and it can cut through pretty much whatever I need. Not to like a mythological level, but something that's, really sharp.
Bone.
It could be bone. I don't really care as long as it's sharp. Do you want to list your second or yours, and then we could do like a serpentine type of thing where we can't repeat if you want to do it that way?
Oh, sure. Good idea. Okay. Mine is a high protein, nutrient dense food, and I chose peanut butter. That has
just like a one jar.
Well, no,
I feel like there should be a size requirement.
No, like just as much peanut butter as I need. But
yeah,
okay. Because it's how you survive, and so I'm choosing enough peanut butter to survive. And the reason I chose peanut butter is because I need something that as I said, high protein, nutrient dense, but also a long shelf life. Because if I asked for like grilled chicken, I think I have to live with the amount of peanut butter I'm given when the ship crashes or whatever. However I end up on this island, that's what I have to live with. So
okay, I like that. And what we can do also is we can give one item. Like let's do a 4th item that we give to the other person, and we'll do that at the end.
Okay, sounds good.
Just because I have a good item for you. My second item, if we're just able to bring unlimited food sources, apparently,
sure.
I would probably bring Gordon Ramsay and 30 years supply of gourmet food.
Only 30 years? What if you're there for longer?
I would hope we could get off by then, and that's the thing. If I go missing. Tough, but if Gordon Ramsay goes missing, there's a search party out.
No, you know what? That's actually
fair.
So
I don't think we're gonna have to use up the 30 years.
Yeah, that's actually fair. I'm choosing for my second item strawberry grape body armor.
Just the Kobe flavor.
Yeah, the Kobe flavor, just to kind of offset the amount of peanut butter I'm putting down. I would do water.
What do you mean offset?
Because peanut butter is.
What does that offset?
I don't want to just do peanut butter and water. I want to do something that like gives me a little bit more enjoyment, because like at some point I'm gonna get tired of the peanut butter. The body armor has a lot of other stuff to offer than just and I feel like I would get tired of the water just because it would get boring to mix that with the peanut butter. But if I mix it with something that has some actual like flavor and sugar to it, which I think sugar is also going to be valuable because you need that to kind of like keep energy levels at a good place, kind of as you're being more sporadic and like short-term energy levels. So I'm picking strawberry grape body armor. Nice.
I'm going to go ahead and pick a solar panel, like a big one,
Okay.
big enough to power a TV.
You don't have a
Starlink.
TV though.
But
You don't have a TV though. Is the thing.
You didn't let me finish because this
Okay.
whole package, it's called an electronics package.
Okay, this is turning into more
And
than
what
3
it-
things though.
And what it is an electronics package. And
I would have, I don't know if I can allow it because you didn't say an electronic package. You said a solar panel. If you said an electronic
then
package,
I don't want my solar panel anymore.
You okay?
I just have a solar panel plugged into nothing.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. You want?
Fine, I will do.
Do you want the
here,
electronic
fine.
package? You can have the electronic
No, I don't
package.
want
Just
the-
say you want.
I don't
that.
want the electronic package. I don't want it anymore.
Okay, fine.
I want to live a simplistic life, and so I'm gonna go with a water purifier.
Okay, cool, man. Cool. You know what I'm gonna bring for my third item, and this is really I
What?
think all that I need.
Yep.
I'm
give it to me.
bringing a fully functioning, fully staffed Istanbul International Airport. Why Istanbul International Airport, you ask? Thank you for asking. It reaches the most destinations of any airport in the entire world. So no matter where I'm at, I can get back to where I want to be. So.
All right. So we've just destroyed this question.
No. How?
Yes.
No, my
Yes.
thing is a fully functioning, fully staffed Istanbul International Airport.
Okay, then I just want to bring a teleporter.
No, those don't exist. So you can't do that. But mine is an actual real thing. I don't know where your
Yours
issues
is
with
an
it.
actual thing.
Yeah. I was very careful in what I chose to bring. You wanted a water purifier and a solar panel plugged into a coconut.
No, not into a coconut, into an entertainment package.
But you took that away anyways. You should have asked for the entertainment package with
I
the
don't
solar
want the
panel, but you didn't do
entertainment
that.
package anymore. You know what I'm giving you?
What?
Bananas, lifetime supply.
I'm just not going to eat them. I have peanut butter.
I know, but I know you struggle with bananas, so I'm
Okay,
I'm giving
that
you
seems
a bunch
like a
of
weird
bananas.
thing to make. Why are you making fun of my Crohn's disease right now? I have a Crohn's
I'm
disease,
not.
which is
I'm not making fun
incurable.
of it.
No, incurable by the way.
No,
Incurable
I'm
by
not
the way.
making
Hey, there's
fun
no
of it.
cure for it. And you're making fun of something that
Maybe
I have
no,
a food resistance
maybe
to.
this will to bananas. Yes, I know. That's why I said it. Now,
Yeah, and so that's just mean.
no, it's not mean. What it is like, you know how people are allergic to stuff, and then that's called exposure therapy.
Okay, this isn't an allergy. This is a resistance because of an incurable disease that I carry in my small intestine.
No, for sure. But
Do you feel like a
I'm
big
thinking
man? Do you feel
exposure-
like a big man right now? Is what I'm asking.
a big man. Do I feel like a big man?
Yeah. Do you feel like a big man for bringing up the fact that I have Crohn's disease, an incurable disease?
No, but
on
you
the
know what I do
podcast
feel?
until we agree.
You know what I do feel?
What?
You know what I do feel? Empowered by potassium.
Okay, I can get potassium from other sources. First of all, I take men's multivitamins every day.
What is it about the bananas, you think, then? If it's not the potassium.
Bro, I don't
I'm
know.
just curious.
I don't know, bro. It just is what it is. I used to love bananas, and then one day they started making me throw up after I started having Crohn's disease. I don't know what to tell you. And now you're a big man
Well,
on Big
enjoy
Man
a lifetime
Tower.
supply, I guess.
You've already been cured from your tetanus. I can't be cured from Crohn's disease. Sorry.
I don't even know if I had tetanus. And I think
Congratulations.
We're
Wow.
gonna,
We're getting cool, man.
we're gonna find a cure.
No, you don't mean that.
I do. We're gonna find a cure.
You don't want a cure.
I don't need a cure, but I want a cure.
I'm giving you Crohn's disease as my fourth item that you had to take. You had to live with it. You're
Just
gonna
ate
hate
in
it.
a petri dish
Yeah,
or
you're,
what?
you're gonna hate it, man. It's in my DNA, so I'll just give you some of my DNA.
Dang, that's okay. I'm in.
So you're not. No, I don't think you mean that. I think you're underestimating how awful that is. So let us know on Spotify.
Wait, I just realized
okay.
you didn't bring your medicine.
Well, I'm taking a flight home immediately when I get there.
I guess
so.
I
I'm gonna
guess
be just
you
fine.
The flight home immediately.
Yeah.
Right.
So no big deal there. I'm gonna be just fine, and the medicines will just stay in the refrigerator because that's the thing. I need a refrigerator. I'd have to bring the medicine, a refrigerator, and then the Istanbul International Airport is my three things. And I'd rather have the body
and you'd have a
armor.
refrigerator. You'd also need a drink fridge.
I need a drink fridge and an entertainment package with a solar panel to keep everything operating as needed. But I would like to have a drink fridge with the body armor just because I do think it is. I don't always love drinks when they're. I sometimes I think lukewarm is the best way to drink a drink. Body armor is one that I don't think that's the case. I think it is better cold. So yeah, I could use a laundry room refrigerator on my package. I think if I did choose an entertainment package, I'd have that in there. But you chose none of that. You gave yours up. So
Yeah.
that'll be that for that debate. Go on Spotify. Click over if you're listening on Spotify. Go to, first of all, leave a comment while you're there. Comments should be working for everyone now. Leave a comment. Just give your thoughts in the episode, ask your question that you want to be have featured in the next week's episode, and then vote on the poll on who has a better list of items for a desert island. And I will say, speaking of deserted island, speaking of the ocean, I'll cede the fact that last week I lost 84% to 16% in the poll.
Deserved.
I'm starting to think that people don't see the ocean as a soup, and I can live with that. I'm just happy that me and you agreed that Hank Green is a big Mickey Mouse clown rat who doesn't deserve his platform. So
true.
That's fine with me. I can live with the fact that at least we got that point across. But speaking of the Q&A, why don't we jump into that? Who's the Q&A question from this week?
I think the audience could guess. It's Kim. Now,
nice.
First, Kim was offended by our hate for Hank Green, which...
Sorry. Oh, we're sorry.
Yeah.
We're sorry. Seriously, we're so sorry.
Psych. But if you think Hank's bad, he has a brother named John.
Uh-huh.
He wrote The Fault in Our Stars.
Yeah.
And so Hank's a Nepo baby. Did you say that?
I did say that last week. But thanks for spending 8 seconds of this week's episode saying the same thing. That was sick.
No, and I will happily do so again next week.
Okay. Cool.
So, Kim asks, would you trade some of your looks for more intelligence or be dumber but hotter?
This has to be a tough question for you. Do you want to know why?
No.
Okay. I won't tell you then.
Okay, tell me.
Okay. Because for someone who has so little of both, how can you choose which one?
Okay.
Which one you want more of?
A trade-off is dangerous, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. So, as someone who has suffered from pretty privilege for a long time, I do want to be seen as more than just a body. So I think I would take a little bit more intelligence and sacrifice some of my piercing good looks, just because at this point I'm engaged. Brittany has to love me for who I am, which is I know kind of whack, but she's going to, I think. So why not learn a thing or two more? So that's my take on it.
If I had to pick between the two, I probably would also choose to trade looks for intelligence.
But again, you can't choose between the two because of your condition.
Sure. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like you can't even enjoy being hotter if you're dumber.
That's true. How do you
right?
how do you even know that's what's going on around you?
Yeah, you can't even recognize what's going on.
Sure. No, I think that's a great point.
I think that one's pretty settled.
Okay. But Kim, thank you for the question. And if you want to be the next Kim,
I like that question.
Please leave a comment. And while you're at it, 5 stars on Spotify would be so sick. It'd be so sick. I just click over there. We just need a simple 5. It would change everything for us. Our numbers are going crazy. Our continents are going crazy. I think we've hit every continent now except for Oceania and South America. But
and
Antarctica.
But that's a long shot. We'll get there.
That's the dream. But so one day. But leave a 5-star and leave a comment. Leave a question. We would love to have you be a more active member of the Rat Pack. Whoever you are out there, you're looking really handsome or really pretty today. We mean that. So leave 5 stars and leave a question down below on Spotify or on Instagram Until We Agree. So what we're gonna do now? Oh, please.
No, wait. You asked me a question before we started. Do you remember what that question was?
Yes, I do.
What
actually. We were talking about the wedding. Tyler was teasing that he has written some good parts of his best man speech. For those of you who are new, Tyler's my best man in my wedding, coming up here in the next couple months. And so another duty that I informed him of on the show a few weeks ago was he will be the MC/facilitator of the rehearsal dinner, where we're going to have other people be allowed to give speeches, not best man speeches, just speeches to the rest of the close friends and family, and not at the scale of a best man speech. But we want to open that up to people who want to give one there. But Tyler's going to be the one who facilitates the order.
I'll be slinging the mic around.
Be slinging the mic and making sure that the people who we want to speak are the ones who are actually speaking, not just a free for all. We've all been at weddings and rehearsal dinners where it goes kind of crazy. with people who really should not have a microphone and should not be speaking to the future of a marriage for two people. So we're gonna keep that under control and let Tyler manage all of that. But something that I would deeply enjoy and appreciate from my best man and MC of the rehearsal dinner is just doing a good job at those transitions in between speakers, making it light, keeping it fun, keeping it funny. And Tyler says it's going to be no problem to at least put one bit or joke in between people giving speeches.
I told him to put me on the spot on the podcast.
Yeah.
To give me a transition, a hypothetical transition we may see that night, and I'll come up with something on the spot.
Yeah. So I'm thinking maybe my grandfather gives a speech into like the sixth bridesmaid in line. Like sixth most relevant bridesmaid.
Okay, I got it.
Cool.
So your grandfather's finishing up, and before he gets the last word off, I grab the mic. And
okay,
then
good start.
I say into the mic, I say, "All right, that's gonna be tough to beat." And then I say, we'll just go nameless for now. And I say, but guess what? If you thought Matt's grandpa was meaningful,
let's just use the name Brittany just for.
But that's the bride's name, so why would we use that name?
Yeah, just because we know she won't be speaking, so we can just use that one. It's safe.
She could speak. We don't know.
No, she won't be speaking.
Probably not though.
Yeah.
But no. So I'd rip the mic out of his hands.
Yeah. Before he's done speaking.
That's enough of that.
Yeah.
I'd say that's enough of that.
Yeah, we get it.
and then into the mic again. I would say, "Ooh, that's gonna be tough to beat. Thanks for the kind words."
And when are you doing a backflip?
Yeah, I do a backflip in between every single one.
Start juggling.
Start juggling microphones even.
Yeah.
And then first I'll tell the sixth bridesmaid, I'll say, "All right, pick a mic." And then she has to pick midair. And then I throw that mic to her. And if it's not the one that's working, there's only one of the three working. And if it's only one working, if she picks the one working, she can give her speech. And everybody will applaud. And if she picks the wrong mic, then I catch the mic and I say into it and I say, "Nice try, sit down, bozo."
Yeah.
And then we move on.
We all boo her.
Yep. And then we all boo, and then she's out of the wedding.
Yeah, that's sick. Oh, that's so good. Okay. This is why you're best man. That's why I trust you with everything that weekend. I think you've got it all under control. So thanks for having that ready to go, and can't wait for the wedding, man. Mostly because I can't wait to see you in person once again.
Bro, and I believe we might see each other sooner than that.
You would hope so, just because you are putting the bachelor party together, which still going well.
I've been researching weather patterns.
Sure.
Everything's cold in the time that we
in January
want to
it's cold.
Go.
Yeah.
So it's really either bite the bullet and go somewhere cold and embrace. But I know your concern was getting around in the cold if it were to snow, which is a concern of mine as well.
Sure.
Or we just try and go somewhere south and get as warm as possible, but not be able to enjoy all the amenities that the South usually provides. So we got some stuff to balance.
Yeah.
But I think as long as the boys are there, unbeatable.
At the end of the day, that's all we really need. Just the boys being there. So
boom.
We'll figure it out. Don't worry about us. I know you guys all are. But Tyler's doing a great job. He's only been demoted once, but he's already back up to best man status. So
back up. Let's
go.
He
can't miss right now. But I'm glad we talked about analytics today, talking about different continents, because I thought it'd be kind of fun just to like give you like a fun little trivia game to wrap up the episode.
Okay.
And what the question is going to be is I need names from you of cities all across the globe. I'm going to give you one strike per continent. So you get 2 tries on every continent to name.
Okay.
Most
city in that continent?
No, the most populated city in each continent. This is real life trivia. So
continents, not countries.
Easy. Continents, yes.
Okay.
Next week we'll be doing all 200 countries in the world, and you had to name the most populated city in each of them. But this week it's just continents, just the 6 that have.
I was not able to prepare for this, by the way.
No, he has no idea. Yeah, this is off the dome. Antarctica is confirmed not populated with any permanent cities. So Antarctica.
There's a camp there though, and that's what I would choose for Antarctica.
I'm sure you would, but
there's a science camp.
I'm sure you would, but that's not what's going to be the answer. So North
Okay.
America. Do you want to start with the homeland?
North America. This will be New York City.
No.
Wait, really?
No, not at all. I need you to think. I'll give you a hint on this one. I need you to think with a more global perspective on North America.
Okay, and so where I was wrong in thinking New York City was the fact that I was thinking per square mile, and so
Okay.
I'm gonna have to take that strike back.
Yeah. We're just talking about
And-
total gross population, not.
Gotcha. Total gross population,
Uh-huh.
not per square mile.
Uh-huh.
So we're gonna go Mexico City.
Yeah, nice. Okay.
Okay.
And that was your
'Cause
only
it's
hint.
elevated.
That's your only hint because I want to
Okay,
see how well
that's
you
fine.
actually do. But
That's fine.
I think you came in too confident, and I need you to understand this is actually kind of tough. So,
Okay. Let's do it.
where do you want to go next? You can pick your next continent.
Let's just get Rio out of the way. South America.
You
Rio.
say Rio,
Yeah.
Rio de Janeiro?
Yeah.
South America.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
Oh. I thought that would for
Yeah,
sure be it.
there was some confidence there, but that's okay.
Oh man, because I don't know. I would think it's in Brazil. There are a lot of people in Brazil.
That could be true.
Oh no. Can we come back? Let's come back.
Yeah, that's
Let's
fine.
come back.
That's fine. All right.
Uh,
Pick your next one.
Africa.
Yeah. You're going straight to Africa. Okay. I would leave this one for last, but that's okay.
Yeah, let's leave this one for last.
Yeah.
Let's go to Australia.
That's not a continent. That's Oceania, but okay.
Sure, but it's gonna be in Australia, right? So
Maybe.
it's gonna be Sydney.
Okay, there you go. Two for
Okay.
two for
for
so
two.
far.
Okay. Asia. Oh man, is it Moscow or is it? No, it's not gonna be Moscow. It's gonna be. Is it Hong Kong? I don't know the most populated city in China or India.
This is, I will say it, this is not a hint. This is the most populated city in the entire world, though.
Is it New Delhi?
It is not New Delhi. That's a good guess, though.
Okay, so it's in India.
It's not in India.
It's not in India. It's not in India. Is it Hong Kong?
Another good guess. No, it's Tokyo, Japan. The most populated city in the
What?
world. Yeah. 38 million people
No
live
way.
in Tokyo, yeah.
Oh, wow, I did not know that.
That's okay. That's okay. You're still doing good. 2 for 3
Two
with
for
one
three,
strike on South
okay.
America. You have Europe, Africa, and one strike left in South America. Where are you going
All right,
next?
let's go Europe. Let's go
Okay.
Europe. See, this could be anywhere in Europe. I feel like
Well, it can't. It can only be the one city that it is.
no, and that's true. But what's tough about Europe is like there's not one that sticks out so much to me. I would just assume London though.
London is wrong.
Okay. What language are you speaking? No, don't answer that.
I'm speaking English.
No, yeah, I know. It's not gonna be Spain. It's not gonna be
That's a
Spain.
country. So
It's not gonna be in Spain. It's not gonna be in Italy either. It's Paris.
Paris is a great guess. This one is not a trick question, but is a trick question. The answer is Moscow. Moscow is on the Europe side of the continental divide.
Oh no.
Yeah, so Moscow is the answer for that one. So you're 2 for 4 now with just Africa and South America
I don't like
left.
this game. Okay, let's go back to South America.
Okay. I'll tell you this.
capitals.
South of the equator,
Oh,
which doesn't take off a ton in South America, but it takes off some.
Buenos Aires.
A great guess.
No.
Okay.
No. And because here's what my logic was. So what's in Argentina? It's gotta be in Argentina.
Buenos Aires is in Argentina.
Yeah, but if that's not the answer, then it's got to be something else in Argentina.
No one said
I
it wasn't
think.
the answer.
Oh, and my final answer is Buenos Aires.
That is wrong.
Okay.
That is wrong. I think you were looking for Sao Paulo, Brazil. Sao Paulo, Brazil.
That's below. See, that you tricked me with the hint. I would have gone another Brazilian place, but when you said south of the equator, even though it is apparently,
It's way south of it.
I just went away from Brazil at that point. So that's
I'll tell you, most of Brazil is way south of the equator. Only a little bit of Brazil is over the equator.
Okay,
So,
whatever, man.
Look at a globe maybe one time. You can
I'm
figure
not
that
much
out.
of a geography guy.
Maybe you should learn a thing or two.
Africa.
Africa is your last continent. You are what?
Egypt.
2 for 5 now, and now you're 2 for 5 with 1 strike on Africa.
No, I wasn't saying Egypt as a guess. I'm saying like Egypt is a great city that
fortunately, Egypt is a country, so I didn't count it anyways. It could
Cairo.
be. You think it's Cairo?
No, I don't know. Okay, so let's think.
Yeah,
Let's
please.
Think. It's Cape Town.
that's
It's
a
Cape
great-
Town. It's Cape Town.
Cape Town, South Africa. I think is the 3rd most populated city in South Africa alone. So you have
How
1
would I know
strike
that?
left.
Where's Louis Oosthuizen from?
South Africa.
Where?
That's just one man, though. I don't know. I can't speak to
Okay.
where he's from exactly, but it's not in South Africa.
Oh.
I'll tell you, it's not in South Africa. Because South Africa's not.
Is it
like-
Dubai? It's Dubai.
Dubai is in Asia.
No,
Dubai is in the United Arab Emirates in Asia.
but isn't
That
that
is-
like right off Africa?
That's west of Saudi Arabia, even, or east of Saudi
Isn't-
Arabia, even.
But I swear.
I'm
What
going
am
to
I
give you
thinking?
one more chance because it's not Dubai, because you didn't say an African
No,
country.
That's a bad guess, maybe. Is what
There,
I'm thinking.
and there are some really populated cities in Africa, and I think if you just said one of them, you'd have a good chance of getting it.
Are there? I don't know anything in Africa. Is it in Kenya? Maybe that's what.
That's a
It's in
good
Kenya.
thought. It's not
But I
in
don't
Kenya.
know. all I know is the capital. I think of Kenya, and I don't want to say.
Say it. Say it.
You should. I should say the capital. This isn't a guess.
Okay, it's
The
not
capital
a
of
guess.
Kenya is Nairobi.
Okay, it's not that, but yeah, that
I
wasn't
know.
a guess.
I know.
Wasn't a
That's
guess.
not a guess.
Yeah.
Oh no.
This is not easy. You'll hear it and you'll be like, okay, I've heard of this before.
Rwanda.
Rwanda's a country, but good try.
I
A
don't
very
know.
small country in terms of
This is
Africa.
a very mean game, by the way.
Do you just want me to tell you? I think you.
No.
I think you've
no.
run out of strikes at this point.
No,
and
I haven't.
we're at this timestamp on the episode, so I don't know.
I'm more embarrassed about the Dubai thing because I
You
knew
should
it
be
wasn't-
embarrassed by that.
I
one,
knew
though.
it wasn't in Africa is the worst part, but I wasn't looking at a map, so I was like, it's on the east of Africa, but it's just east of Africa, not on the east of Africa.
Sure. You're looking at a map right now.
No, I wasn't looking at a map.
I see,
And so I don't know what to.
bro. What if I just
Is
told you
this
the answer?
north or south of the equator?
I'm not positive. But I think north. North. It's north.
I don't know what the name of it. I'm just gonna say the capital of Nigeria, Laos. That's not. I don't know if that's Nigerian,
Laos
but I'm
is a country itself, but the capital Nigeria is the answer, and it almost is Laos. We need one more letter in the middle of that word.
Lagos.
Lagos, Nigeria is the answer. Wow, you got that
Let's
right.
go.
I can't believe you got all of those right without taking extra strikes other than the one you were given. That's so sick.
Dang,
So-
I'm cool.
Every week we have Tyler's Geography Corner, so he can learn a thing or two
No,
about
I
the
don't wanna
world.
do that.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But that was a good try. Anything to say, Will Smith? Oh, sorry, should not have called that one. I think that wraps up today's episode, though. I'm Matt.
And I'm Tyler. And
Oh,
what I'll say about Jada Pinkett Smith.
Keep my wife's name out.
Oh, thank you for listening.